Thank you for joining us again. Well, we're talking about the music industry now, and it may seem to be all about creativity and catchy tunes, but behind the scenes, there is a complex business engine driving it all, and that's why we have a music producer, Olumide Ogunade, popularly known as ID Cabasa, right here with us today. ID Cabasa, thank you for joining me today.
And thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning to you too. Well, it's
Yeah.
okay to assume all we know about music production is all there is to it, but let's hear it from you. What does your job as a music producer really entail?
Okay. Traditionally, a music producer, in when you look at the music business itself, a music producer majorly is the guy in layman's time that cooks the music itself. You have the artist who is going to probably sing, you have the songwriter who is probably going to write the song, but you have this guy that is going to bring all the elements together. But in contemporary time, now, which is now, the music producer majorly focuses so much on part of making the beats and recording the song. That is recording the song when we get to the studio and making sure that the right instrument is used, the right tone is used, the mix and mastering of the song is actually well done. So at the end of the day, the music producer majorly is the one that is putting all the elements of creating the music together and making sure that the music is actually ready for commercial use and commercial purpose. So basically, in layman terms, that is what we do.
All right, this is an industry that it's a multi-million-dollar industry. And of course, we need a lot of persons who have the skills to go into it and make the money. So talk to us about, the several business opportunities that are inherent in this particular industry.
So the industry over the years has created several opportunities to people that are coming into it. And if you notice in recent times, a lot of young people would rather want to go into that industry because of how lucrative it is. It has become over the years. So, you spoke about skills now, and that is one of the places that I think people might need to start paying attention to. Not just to see, when we talk about skills in music, not just to see it as a guy that is talented, that can either write a song or produce a song or sing a song. It has gone way beyond that. The music business is an ecosystem that has several corporate entities behind it, that has several systems around it. Systems like we have the A&R, which is artist and repertoire. We have the promotional side of it. We have the PR part of it. We also have the touring part of it, where you are employing sound engineers, you are employing dancers, you are employing creative directors for the artist brands and all of that. So there is so much more to even be done. In fact, there are some that are yet to be scratched here in Nigeria, because we are still looking out for people that we take the artist from being a recording artist to a performing artist. When you look at the likes of Burna Boy, you see Burna Boy perform on all those big shows. It goes beyond just being a good artist that can record the hit songs. It also takes the back end. You look at the back end of, okay, who are the people responsible for arranging what they get to play at those shows? You look at the people responsible for drawing out the content of what it does at every shows, who is recruiting all the instrumentalists that are, like for Burna Boy, and I know Burna Boy, we have nothing less than 60 people on his team. That is just one artist. Now, just imagine the array of artists that we have, all the kind of jobs that can actually come
Yeah.
from creating all of this. And so it's an ecosystem. It has gone beyond, the normal one-man business where you, the artist, you are your own manager, you are this, you are that. It has grown to become a fat industry that lawyers are finding jobs even within our ecosystem. Journalists are finding jobs within our ecosystems. Business analysts are finding jobs. They are seeing new opportunities. They are seeing how an
ID
artist
Cabasa,
backlog can.
I
Yes,
like what you
I'm here.
said. I like what you said about the opportunities and all of that. And I'm thinking in my head, what if I have one of these talents you've talked about? How can I get hired? I mean, how do I get on the team of some of these big guys and work for them and then get paid?
So there are music business courses that you can do online. Because if you are coming in, let's say, for instance, you are a business analyst, you definitely know that the music terrain is a totally different game from most of the time that probably an entrepreneur that wants to make a product is coming to you. You know how to go for your data, you know how to go for all of those sources. But for the music business, you definitely know that there will look so much more beyond, what you can see physically, because music is an emotional business. You need to know all of these things. So there are informations that are available online. When you go to YouTube, you can learn music business online. You can learn it from YouTube. But like for me, I had to take it from music being a passion for me to actually do a short course with Berkeley School of Music about music business and all of that, where I got to see the businesses in streaming of music and doing all of those things. Look, let's imagine you are a lawyer. You have gone to school, you have gone to law school, you are now practicing law, but you know that the music business law is a very peculiar one. Probably you take a short course on that, or you take out some time to actually study how that works. Then you start to approach the industry. You start to make relationships around people that works in the industry. You start to talk to people, look for a niche that nobody is paying attention to. Try to sell it to people that, look, I can actually help you take your stuff from here to there. And anybody that you are telling that will find interest in what you are saying, and they might eventually hire you.
All right, ID Cabasa, I remember earlier you talked about some opportunities that haven't even been harnessed or are not even probably known here in Nigeria. Could you highlight some of these opportunities so you never can tell? I mean, we might have persons who can jump on it.
So I'm not saying that they are not known in Nigeria or people don't know about them, but it's just that we've not yet exploited some of these opportunities. Like touring, few artists in Nigeria tours. There are in Nigeria itself as a country, people have not really embraced the art of touring. Merchandise, people are not paying attention to the fact that once you become influential, once you become a big name that everybody wants to come after, you can actually create merchandise which you will make crazy money for. I was at a concert in, I think it was in Houston, 2019, one of an underground American artist who was able to build a community of great followers. In that hall that day, I'm sure we were almost 20,000 people. But what really shocked me was getting to the outside of the hall and I saw a long queue. I even thought those long queue were actually, what is it called, to buy ticket, but only for me to find out that they were buying merchandise that had the name of the guy, that had some of his lyrics and all of that. We are yet to look into all of that too. And like I said earlier, probably actors, people that have studied creative arts need to come more into the music business and help artists to actually build a sort of performance brand that when people see them, they are bringing more to the table. There's so much more that we cannot exhaust when we start to talk about. So people need to pay attention. And it's not that these things are new. They are already there. Just look at what is happening in some other clients and just bring it here, replicate them. There are some that are peculiar to us that probably they were being done before that people have stopped, that you can just bring into it. And I'm sure all of this can become opportunities that people can exploit.
ID Cabasa, we're pressed for time, but just before we go, I'd like you to spare a thought for people who are considering coming into the industry in less than 30 seconds.
Okay, so major thing that you need to do is to learn. So the industry is not void of knowledge. The problem is ignorance. People ignore the knowledge that are available. So I would say you take out time before you step in to first go and learn about what you're about to get into, then make good relationships. Relationships run this particular business as much as money does, but good relationship will actually help you have speed, that you don't have to learn from your own experience. You might need to learn from other people's experience. So I think those two should actually help to start off well.
All right, thank you so much, music producer Olumide Ogunade, popularly known as ID Cabasa. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.